lot of teams will be out there running around in the dark with their torches and making lots of noise, when ultimately you should just be sitting in the dark. Sit in the dark for a bit and just listen. Listen to the sounds around you, listen to the sounds that are being made by the building itself. Houses and buildings, they talk, they have their own language. But it's up to you to listen to these buildings. Listen to what they're saying to you. Buildings, they creak, they groan, they click. So houses do talk, they do have their own language. I think it's important to sit in these locations and listen to the voices, listen to the sounds that these houses are using. Get acclimatized to the sound of the house. And from there you can start to eliminate all the other sounds around those. So if a house clicks or makes a creak, you know that it's just the house cooling down at night. You know it's just the timber or the piping, the steel piping. You need to take into consideration all these little natural sounds that the house will make around you. And it'll save a lot of time as well. It'll save so much time when you're doing your audio and video review. When you're going through your footage and you're hearing all these clicks and taps, trying to figure out what they were at the time, trying to figure out what made those sounds, where those sounds come from. Because when you've gone home and you're sitting in front of your computer, you don't know. You haven't got a photographic memory, so you don't know how these sounds were made. But if you sat in that house and you sat there for like say 30 minutes and just listened to the sounds that it makes anyway, then you can automatically rule out those sounds because you remember them. You remember those clicks and those creaks. You remember the sounds that the house made. So familiarise yourself with the house and the sounds that it makes. The house does have its own language. I know it sounds a bit silly, but it's kind of true. So take that on board for what it's worth, and it may aid you with your research, and it will help speed along things too, because there's nothing worse than coming back from an investigation. And a lot of you will relate to this. You come back from an investigation and you have to sit through hours and hours of audio, hours and hours of video as well, and search through hundreds and hundreds of photographs. And I mean, that's good research, that's good investigation, that's what you're supposed to be doing anyway. But if you can make your job a little bit easier by eliminating things while you're doing investigations, it just helps the flow, it helps your research more enjoyable. It makes it more enjoyable, you know. If you can make your job a little bit easier by streamlining something somehow, then I think you should do it. To keep your paranormal research interesting, fun, and feeling like it's something that's valid and worthwhile, you've got to try and make it interesting for yourself. And if you're doing dull things like sitting there for 12 hours listening to a 12-hour audio recording, you soon going to lose interest, and that's where a lot of people fall down. They lose interest quite fast because there's a lot of work. But if you can just strip down that work a little bit more, just trim it down by, using your investigation time in that location as part of your review time as well, you'll find things will be a lot more freer, they'll flow a lot easier as well. So it's worth thinking about. And if you're watching this and you've been inspired in having a go at paranormal research, if you've seen a TV show or read a book or checked out some websites and you thought you'd like to give it a go, I encourage you to do so. Definitely give paranormal research a go. Give it a shot if it interests you. It can actually be a lot of fun. It can be a lot of thrills too. But it's also a lot of hard work. But I do encourage you to give it a go. If you have any sort of passion or any sort of interest in the paranormal, I suggest you just get away from your computer and just go to where the stories come from. Go to where the ghost stories are. It's the only way you're going to find the answers. And if you do have a desire to get into this, just start with the basics. Go to the location. Don't just sit on your computer and believe blindly yes or no they do or don't exist. Go and have a look for yourself. If you really have a desire to find the answers, go out there and look for yourself. It is fun, and in a team situation it can be an absolute blast sometimes. So I really recommend it. I have a fantastic team behind me, and I love it. I love them to bits. An awesome bunch of people, and They've all got good heads on their shoulders. They're all creative. They've all got their own personalities, and I absolutely adore them. I really do. Wouldn't swap them for anything. So find a good group of people, join in with them, have some fun, learn as you go, grow. You won't find the answers straight away, but just be in the scene, be in the field, go to the locations, and just see what happens. Don't go expecting too much. Don't go with too many preconceived ideas. Just go in there with an open mind and just sit, wander around, explore, go to the rooms and the areas where stories have come from. Just be there. It's important to be there. Too many people are just armchair investigators. They'll just sit on their chairs in their little offices. They'll sit at their computers and they'll just judge everybody. They'll offer comments and opinions based on what they've read, based on what other people have said, and it's not based on their own experience. I prefer to listen to people that have their own experience. I respect anybody that gets out in the field and does this, because it is a lot of work, and anybody that will get out there and go to these cold, dank, miserable old derelict places and spend the night in them and spend time researching and hanging out in these places. Full respect here, you know. It's tough going sometimes, but it's very satisfying, I've got to tell you. Very satisfying. Do recommend it. So give it a go. Give it a go. If you don't like it, fine. But if you do like it, you can just, there's no limits. You can take it to wherever you want to go. But do the research. Get educated. Don't just blindly believe. Just experience it for yourself. But read and learn and grow and evolve. Don't just blindly believe that, yep, ghosts exist, and from there on any sound that happens, any movement is obviously a ghost to you. Don't get into that mind frame. Just learn and grow, and I'll tell you, it's rewarding in the end, it really is. Okay, so I'm going to sign off now. For those wondering, I'm actually up at North Head, which is on the north shore of Auckland. It's an old military tunnel. It's a military installation on a hill in Devonport, which is on the north shore of Auckland, and there are tunnels, there are barracks, there are all sorts of things up here. I recommend if you ever get to Auckland, come and check out North Head in Devonport. You won't regret it, it's a fantastic place. Have fun guys, catch you later. See ya, bye.